fans around the world, welcome to IWTV. Welcome to Blitzkrieg Pro as we bring you the Christmas Spectacular. Angels are filthy souls. Johnny Torres, Hot Scoop Skyler, and Alyssa Marino on the call, kicking things off with a bang of the #1 variety.
It feels like we're starting off things hot with like the main event, you know? I mean, I'm so excited. Ichiban, Charles Mason, I mean, we're talking about a certified banger to kick things off today.
It is high energy, it's undeniable. This is the perfect holiday treat for all the fans in attendance and for everyone watching at home on IWTV.
Well, folks, you know how it goes. You come downstairs, you see the presents under the Christmas tree, you aim for the biggest present first. And that's what we are doing right here at Blitzkrieg Pro, your biggest gift of the day. #1 Dojo's finest export, Ichiban. And he's stepping down, descending to the lowest circle of hell to collide with the root of all evil. First time in Blitzkrieg Pro, buckle up and batten down the hatches.
And that's such a good point, Johnny, because we've got Holiday Cheer to open things up, and now it feels like the nightmare before Christmas.
Mr. Oogie Boogie, the root of all evil. Your House of Glory Wrestling World Champion, Charles Mason. Never one to beg for appreciation or applause. If anything, he prefers it the opposite.
Well, certainly a chill has just swept through the air. It has nothing to do with Kris Kringle or Jack Frost. That is all courtesy of Charles Mason. An otherworldly aura that is just so menacing. And someone has a naughty list. I think Charles Mason's on it.
I don't think Charles Mason cares.
No surprise. Profits Charles Mason directly. The more coal, the better. Gonna keep those furnaces hot. And it's hot as can be here to kick off Blitzkrieg Pro live on IWTV. We thank you for joining us at home, spreading the Christmas cheer with us here at Blitzkrieg Pro. Charles Mason, the amalgam of Pazuzu, the Grinch, and Krampus, stepping up to Ichiban.
Evil personified. Maybe Charles Mason is #1 in his own right, and that is #1 on the naughty list. But again, as you said, not something that's going to faze him. This is a psychotic, just millionaire.
The only #1 that Charles Mason is concerned about is topping the Forbes list every year.
No danger of that. But you know, I've been one of my New Year's resolutions is to get better at different languages, and I was doing a little work, getting some translation with Ichiban. I sat with Ichiban. I had a chat with him ahead of this match, and he told me in so many words that despite Charles Mason being a sicko, and I don't know exactly translation, but Ichiban respects his in-ring prowess. He said that he just wants to face the best of the best, regardless of where Charles may fall on the moral compass.
Gotta pay extra for the Ichibanese on the old Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. Tough to come by on Duolingo, but we're making it happen. Wow. Whoa. Oh. Mind games out the gate from the root of all evil.
Tasting the skin, tasting the sweat. That's what Mason needs. Bell rings, we are off.
Almost an amuse-bouche for Charles Mason.
Already, not wasting any time. Two of the fastest, two of the most technically proficient in the game today. And now the rear naked choke. Ichiban drags his way out, and Mason licking the fingertips. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for both of these combatants. Ichiban wants to be tested by the best in the game today, and Mason wants to taste the test of flesh.
Over the back of Mason goes Ichiban, arm trap, no hip toss. Drop kick collides with the root of all evil.
Face full of boots for Mason, retreats to the corner, and Ichiban, lot of runway created.
Closes the gap.
Graced him with the drop kick. Ichiban now keeping up the pressure. You can't take your eye off Charles Mason, not even a second.
And that really has to be the focus of Ichiban, as he's throwing these #1 strikes right to the dome of Charles Mason.
Raining him down.
Oh, and upside the jaw. Out goes Mason to ringside.
The big right uppercut. Right on the button. Now Ichi.
Taking a jet to Holiday, no fear of flight. Oh, dodge by Mason, well scouted.
Ichi now.
Whoa!
Leaps off the apron into the flying head scissors.
Right into the front row.
These two innovators, high risk takers. We're barely out of the gates and they are already taking each other to the limit. These Angels got some filthy souls now, don't they?
Well, filthy soul for sure has Charles Mason. You don't need to rattle that box to know exactly what you're going to get out of the root of all evil.
One more time. And the ET embrace into the big right hand.
Back in the ring.
Ichiban pondering that next move. A lot of runway created once again. Maybe looking to snap off. Here we go.
Extra spring in the step. Oh!
Missed it! Charles Mason, woe is you! The double stomp. Creased Ichiban across the back of the head. A skull cracker if I've ever seen one.
Where did that liquid even come from? I mean, really, Mason thinking 2-3 steps ahead.
There are few, if any, that can capitalize on his environment like Charles Mason.
Always has the presence of mind as he tries to pry open the mind of Ichiban, trying to remove that sacred, honored mask.
Charles Mason, he's always said he doesn't want to be a product of his environment. He wants his environment to be a product of him. Lest we forget, the first time we met the root of all evil here in Blitzkrieg Pro, he was putting a cigar out on the chest of the atrocity cruel.
And since that time, we have only seen more and more of the depths of depravity and brutality that Mason is willing to go to.
And to that point, I mean, you know what, you have to almost give accolades to Ichiban, woo, big chop, for still having respect for Charles Mason. I mean, after what we saw at Wild in the Streets and the way he treated Priscilla Kelly and Zachary Wentz, I mean, there's barely any respect left to give.
At this point, Ichiban always tries to adhere to that code of honor as he was taught.
But no honor amongst a thief like Mason. Face first into that corner of the steel pole for Ichiban.
Charles Mason has often posed the question, what's a thief to a beggar? Happy to steal every soul he comes in contact with. Nearly chopping the soul out of the body of Ichiban outside the ring here in Enfield.
And now finding between a rock and a hard place, using that starched white shirt, cutting off the air supply of Ichiban.
Charles Mason, he knows his way around knots. He's got Ichiban completely affixed, adhered to the steel. But it is not just shortcuts that defines the success of Charles Mason. It is being absolutely golden in the ring. And it makes it regretful in a sense because you know Charles Mason doesn't have to cut a single corner to acquire the exact success he's had, but chooses to do so anyway.
And that's a great point, as we saw in the beginning of this matchup, how they were going tick for tack, the agility, the athleticism. Sometimes you forget what all Charles has in store because he stoops to such low and depraved methods and actions.
Now hooking up the back suplex, but Ichiban putting the brakes on. 12-6 with the elbows.
Oh, that palm right between the shoulder blades of Ichiban. But
now
firing
Ichiban
back.
That'll light a fire.
Mixing up the strikes, changing hands. Picking up speed on the left jabs.
And Ichiban definitely has to keep his foot on the gas here, but wait a second, cut off at the pass by Mason.
And now the ripcord into the discus lariat. Utilize that mask to great effect. It's not illegal, it's just frowned upon.
Turning Ichiban inside out. Now we got the cover.
Ichiban digging down deep.
And you know Charles Mason in the back of his head, That's a moral victory every time he gets to disrespect the tradition of Lucha Libre. Charles Mason doesn't care about Lucha Libre. Happy to rip and tear at every mask in front of him. Drills home the big overhand right. The root of all evil.
Ichiban almost prone in the corner, using those ropes to stay upright while trying to dodge. Oh, single finger salute to Ref Bill Thompson.
They named this hall after him. How dare you?
Ref Bill Thompson has his hands full. This is only the opening contest.
Charles Mason about to have his hands full again, full of the chest of Ichiban.
All smiles, Charles Mason.
That sick, vindictive smile. Put a little extra English on the next strike to follow.
A New York answer to an English breakfast.
Every nook and cranny.
Oh, wait a second. Whoa!
And a pair of knife-edge chops make it the trifecta. No!
Sinking his teeth in like a holiday sweet.
Nothing sweet about that collision into the turnbuckle for Ichiban and now Mason. Maybe pondering that reign of terror, that elevated choke.
Oh, no. A dangerous place as Ichiban kicking wildly. Charles Mason relinquishing the hold.
Taking Ichiban to the gallows pole, and now, wait, nobody home. Double stop, Mason coming in hot.
Excellent dodge by Ichiban, straight into that roll-up. Shoulders are down. Only two.
Oh,
Jack the jaw.
Leaving Mason stunned. Barrels into the corner, and it is up to Ichiban now. Where do we go?
The stunner, dare I say the oneer, creates a lot of runway for Ichiban now. The great mood of flavor flies in with the back elbow.
And now from that middle rope, drop kick connecting. Mason seeing stars.
And we've heard this song before when Ichiban gets started. Awful hard to stop, but snatched out of the air.
Lands on his feet though.
Fireman's carry now from Ichiban.
Planted.
Attitude adjusted.
Oh, but a 2 count only.
And the last time was not now for Charles Mason. Our opening contest rolls on. Your Saturday night or Saturday afternoon matinee, if you will. Ichiban now.
Trying to pull himself up into that corner. He's got to stay on him.
That Ichiban Kai, the one and done.
We've seen that if Charles Mason gets an inch, he'll take a mile. Ichiban Kai rolled off.
Now it's the ripcord, the discus.
Dodged.
Backslide.
Oh, so close.
Now Mason, just like that.
Effortlessly, but Ichiban rolls into the corner, springs through the destroyer.
Sun sets. Now, wait a minute, wheelbarrow. Sticks the landing on the bulldog.
Oh, crack! Right to the jaw of Mason.
Death Valley driver. Magnificent Charles Mason, 2 3/4.
I thought Ichiban's holes were decked, but not to be said.
We saw Ichiban was headed for that ET Destroyer, that step off the ropes into that Canadian Destroyer variant. Charles Mason, I don't know if he did his homework or one of his underlings, but he had the note he needed, and our opening battle rolls up.
Somehow, some way, Ichiban has yet to move following the kick out.
And again, prying at the mask of Ichiban as Charles Mason trying to rip him open like a holiday gift.
Bill Thompson and Ichiban, they go back a ways. Bill Thompson does not want to see Ichiban get disfigured in this way. Referee's discretion always applies, folks. And now, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, at the top of the corner post.
Charles Mason, Ichiban. Dangerous ground, and the elevation is only rising. No.
Oh, from such great heights. No. Not out to the outside. Oh!
Both jockeying for absolute calamity. A superplex that could have ended up on either side of the outside. Instead, The dual neck breaker, neither one getting the best of it.
But almost the best case scenario for Ichiban. To
At least for the Blitzkrieg fate.
Well, that's very true. Action could have been coming at them in a very big way.
Referee Bill Thompson left with no choice but to lay down the count. Charles Mason and Ichiban, we knew, folks, they were going to drag each other into the deep waters. Never did I imagine that we'd be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with our opening contest. Ichiban now.
First to his feet.
Fires off the big right, Mason. Weebling, wobbling down to one knee. Will not fall down. Fires back, big right. Ichiban now.
Just volley, back and forth. Sickening thuds of flesh on flesh.
Two of the most battle-tested in the world today.
Oh, no, no. The hands around the throat of Ichiban broken. Dodge. Oh.
Now
Slip
Ichiban
through.
climbs up into the enziguri. The vertical leap on display, and now Ichiban takes off. Mason, Fuji follow in. And now, once again.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, hey, he's putting
Charles.
his hands on Ref Bill Thompson. Absolutely not.
This would not be the first referee that's mysteriously disappeared after refereeing a Charles Mason bout. May not be the last, folks.
Mason was getting hot under the collar, but now Ichiban.
ET Destroyer! That's the problem with the Ichi Destroyer, that momentum. Carried Charles Mason to the outside. Look out below, Tope Con hello.
Ichiban going for broke in our opening contest of Angels with 50 Souls.
Now, look at the bow on this opening present. Perched, but Bill! The balance, the equilibrium disrupted for Ichiban, and now Charles Mason. Sure loves that gut style. Tombstone pile driver.
From Mason with love and the win.
Despicable.
After that Gotch-style tombstone pile driver lands, you can count to 3, you can count to 5, you can count to 12:25. Do not open until Christmas. It's game over.
Sure, but he also utilized the body of the referee to push into the rope, and he's touching him again. What the hell?
Oh, Blitzkrieg Pros maybe has to get a disciplinary committee together, but we've seen time and time again.
No! Sounding
Now.
the bell, but I mean, we gotta get someone out here to help Ichiban.
Oh, hold on a second. Top 5 dead or alive. Sammy Diaz booking it to the Blitzkrieg ring. Last time around, our last event, Wild in the Streets, Sammy Diaz and Ichiban took each other to new heights. And it may have been Ichiban that got through to Sammy Diaz regarding his attitude as of late here in Blitzkrieg Pro.
Before defending it in the main event, the Bedlam champion coming to the aid of Ichiban and showing his respect.
Charles Mason. Sammy Diaz may have made himself a new enemy today out of Charles Mason. Time will tell, folks. Ichiban leaving with his head held high. Incredible way to kick off Agents of Filthy Souls here at Thompson Hall, Enfield, Connecticut. Johnny Torres, Hot Scoot Skyler, Alyssa Marino on the call. We thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. Plenty more action to come. These Angels, they only get filthier, folks. Our filthiest angel, Big Phil, to tell you more about it. There could be only one next #1 contender for the Jensen Scramble Championship. And CPA, the abominable CPA.
No stranger to gold himself, now vying after the Jensen Championship after our beloved commissioner, Tim Jensen, forever commissioner. Rest
Watching down, the best seat in the house. We miss you, commish. CPA, as you said, Sky, we're going to become a potential Grand Slam champion, if you will, here in Blitzkrieg Pro.
I'd love to see it myself, Johnny, but I'd be remiss to not mention, as much as I hate it, CPA has been on quite a losing streak lately. I mean, I would go so far to say he needs this win more than anybody else in this contest.
The equivalent of tumbling down from the summit of the mountain back to base camp. It's a new season of your show, if you will. CPA has the chance to start it out on a lighter foot, but as you said, Sky, going has been rough.
I mean, it is the holiday season. It's a season of New Year's resolutions. He's going to definitely want to be going into 2026 in Blitzkrieg Pro with his head held high and a potential opportunity at the Jensen Scramble champion, Perry Von Vicious.
And it's a good thing for the tenure at CPA because this is not his first losing streak in Blitzkrieg Pro. He's rallied back from such bouts of bad luck to capture the Bedlam championship. And as we see, CPA, the belief in himself, completely unwavering at all times. The tax man has come to collect. Of course, all proceeds head towards the Salvation Army.
And I mean, before you know it, 2026 will be here and it'll be time to start filing. So CPA, gonna get a jump on it for sure.
Oh yeah. Plenty of, with TPA, who has plenty of success here in Blitzkrieg, we have a handful of combatants in this bout that are looking for their first taste of Bedlam Gold. Hey now, Benny's here!
All right!
Jermaine Marbury. No relation to Stefan Marbury, but my word, does he follow in those footsteps with the many ways he can break an ankle. Benny the basketball, his faithful companion.
And as the powder soars overhead, Jermaine Marbury, this opportunity not lost on the really promising up-and-comer that he is. Coming out here with Benny in tow to add just that extra little bit of flair and determination.
It was a long injury layoff for Jermaine Marbury. Now making his presence felt in Blitzkrieg Pro, and it's a brand new chapter for pro wrestling's point guard. Gonna see how Jermaine Marbury fares. And now, Amity Lavey, the nightmare of your dreams.
A living, breathing jump scare in the ring. We last saw Amity Lavey facing the international sensation Lena Cross, and got to imagine coming in here with a full set of steam, wanting to right what she considers that wrong.
And that was a double debut. Amity Lavey was thrown to the equivalent of the Wolves with the gargantuan powerhouse Lena Cross. But now, chaos reigns in this situation, and that may play exactly into Amity Lavey's wheelhouse. Speaking of chaos, mixing Twisted Steel, sex appeal, you got 50 Cal, an agent of chaos in his own right.
among the Blitzkrieg faithful, and you have to imagine what a part this fan base is going to play to put wind in the sails of 50 Cal.
It's always so interesting to see, you know, the shake-up, the cast of characters, I mean, really here, for lack of a better way of putting it, and also the variations in experience. What is this?
That's Steven Azure, but that is not even Steven.
No.
Steve Somerset nowhere in sight.
And I'm sorry, but if you're coming out to the strains of Dies Irae, you're really setting a literal tone for how you wish to be perceived. That is a chilling, gnarled smile on the face of Azure.
In the condition of his life, now maybe it was the sweater vest that had been hiding that powerful physique, but Steven Azure cut from stone here.
I mean, looks incredible, but doesn't look well, if you catch my drift. Guys, I've seen some of this. Oh, what?
He's making snow angels.
Oh.
It is snowing outside.
Just brought a chill to the room.
Didn't anticipate to see Steven Azure in this way. Now only going by Azure. Left behind the rest of No More Heroes. I have more questions than answers. His first name.
Well, turning in singles action, I gotta believe Azure, former Steven, at a vast disadvantage. All of his experiences in tag team wrestling. And now, another who thrives on chaos. All caps when you say the name. MORTAR here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Look at that.
Well, as MORTAR is taking Santa around ringside, we know who's politicking to get on the nice list.
Oh, as if he even had to. Nicest guy in New England. Representing Jay's Home Renovations. MORTAR, that little brick shithouse, pardon my French.
And a highly decorated champion in that respect as well. May it be bricks, may it be gold.
Current chaotic wrestling heavyweight champion. Multiple time champion all around New England. When we're comparing resumes, MORTAR right now, I gotta believe, it's either MORTAR or CPA that has the richest one in this ring. The resumes alone will not get it done.
Amity Lavey
I mean, I think that there had been a slight kinship with the similar face paints.
didn't accept the offering. You really never know what is going on in the mind of
Amity and
Lavey.
MORTAR based off the face paint. Amity and Azure based on the mental frame of mind. Not sure who the allies are. But now Marbury, the low bridge from Azure. Chance of seeing you here. Now 50 Cal set to be outside.
And Amity backing away from Azure.
Here's a cast of characters.
Potentially, I mean, usually we're used to seeing Amity be the one scaring others, but
That's the old Even Stevens I remember.
This is...
So maybe he's still in there.
Oh no, they hurt Amity's feelings.
How could you? And now MORTAR uncorking with the big rights.
And Amity now on the shoulders of MORTAR. Azure shoving. Oh, MORTAR lays out Amity.
Truck ton of bricks, now the big boot. Steven Azure now just Azure making his wishes known. Blitzkrieg faithful. The scoop now. Long way down.
Big slam, but here comes 50 Cal sliding back into the ring.
These two no strangers to one another. The arm drag now. Make it a pair out of 50 Cal.
Dropkick sends Azure barreling out to ringside. And now, from the, oh, wait a second, from the collar, not to be found.
Saw the through the legs there. Well done, Jermaine Marbury.
Oh,
Pro Wrestling's point guard. Euro step into the neck breaker. This guy knows ball.
Whether it be ankle breaker or neck breaker.
Oh no! Now it's baseball versus basketball. Mets versus Sixers here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Oh, the trip.
A throat full of that elevator cable-like rope for Jermaine Marbury.
Jermaine Marbury has earned himself a whole lot more suicide sprints for that trip up. And now CPA taken off.
A cut off at the pass by MORTAR.
What hang time. And now.
Tiger fake kick. Unwieldy agility.
Full speed on it. MORTAR, the man standing tall here.
And maybe from that burgeoning kinship with Amity Lavey, not to be found, as we can only have one winner.
That's the jaw, the lung blower. In friendly territory here in New England, shades of the great Hurricane John Walters.
All combatants on the outside of the ring. Leaves Amity alone, but no!
Now.
Devastating back elbow capsizes the nightmare of our dreams. And whether it be a grimace, a smile, or a snarl, I'm not quite sure how to read Azure.
Grinning time, and he's on the grinning track. But now, spine on the pine for Amity Lavey. Immediately going for the cover, I don't know about that. But now, one more time around. The double A spine buster, one of those A's stands for Azure. Euro step.
Whoa!
But Azure knows ball.
Whoa!
Azure seemingly clearing house in this scramble. Oh, jeez!
MORTAR jettisoned to the outside.
Is anyone else uncomfortable? I mean, this is really, he's terrifying.
CPA now. Dialed up, wired up, ready to go.
Slipping out the back. Gets the shoulders down.
Now CPA says, you're not busting my spine, buster. Nobody home.
Tripped up. Oh, wait, it could be time to do some filing, y'all.
Coming in hot. Got your forms ready.
No.
Azure.
Oh.
Been on that receiving end a few times, knows his way out. But MORTAR off the second, right into the crossbody. When doing the homework on MORTAR, do you worry about the power or the speed? He's showing you why it's a 50-50. And now number cruncher. Number cruncher! New York City loves the number cruncher. But now, hey!
Simultaneous, no wait.
Oh.
Now a melee ensuing, but look out below. Amity Lavey, crossbody, wipes out the mass.
Clears them all out. Now, all four of the others down. Amity Lavey deciding on the next target.
And that hellacious shriek as Amity Lavey now barreling in to the four corners.
One more time. Steps into the European uppercut.
Now in comes MORTAR.
Whoa.
Quick dodge, collides with Azure.
Now to the midsection. All the way around the tornado DDT. A maelstrom of all time. Bonafide perfect storm.
Doubles over Azure and now looking for an unholy roller.
That homage to Shannon Moore, the cover. Only two.
Trying to just practically defenestrate.
Great word. Favorite word. 50 cal.
Big knee to Amity Lavey. It looks like it is time.
Ah! The sheer power sends Amity Lavey barreling out. Marbury
Crossed him up. Ah, Canadian Destroyer. Philadelphia Destroyer.
There you go.
But here comes CPA.
Drill them with the drop kick. Hold on. Number cruncher!
Oh, and Marbury so wisely rolls out to ringside to dodge the pinfall.
And MORTAR now steps off the bottom. What's a Liaison?
Oh,
Off the ropes once more, drops the senton.
Sheer momentum.
but now CPA rolling out, bring awareness, no pin.
And MORTAR looking to soar.
Oh, goodness gracious. Don't tempt MORTAR with a good time. Ready to set sail.
Got it. Perfect front flip over the top rope. And MORTAR, in his first couple bouts here at Blitzkrieg Pro, has quickly endeared himself to the faithful.
When you see someone with the mass and power move the way that MORTAR does, definitely makes a few extra fans.
Absolutely, so impressive, but whew,
That's
Azure in a bad way right now.
Yeah, dangerous predicament on the apron, but colliding with those steel turnbuckles, the back of MORTAR.
Oh, the back body drop on the apron.
Did you hear that thud, y'all?
I certainly did, and the landing was diagonal in nature. I just can't imagine. Oh,
Bone, steel, and wood all mixed together in a pot. No thank you.
Absolutely debilitating after that drop, but now CPA, the number cruncher got jammed, the 1099 got shredded. Where do we go from here?
Now Azure will be pondering the camel clutch.
Oh, gets him every time.
You should know better, sir.
Practically foaming at the mouth.
That's me.
Azure, whoa, buttons just came flying.
buttons flying everywhere.
Caught and returned. The big rights from CPA.
Reverses the whip, but doesn't deter CPA.
Shin across the shin. Azure hung up. Right in CPA's office is in the waiting room. The taxman will see you now.
That 1099 right to the mush. Looking for some tax write-offs this holiday season.
And
Careening down into the cover, CPA. No, so close.
couldn't have been closer. Wondering how this plays into the mind of CPA, you know, coming up on a string of losses. All right, good strategy. I think that's the way to go.
Pondering the number cruncher here.
CPA can't let those feathers be ruffled. Maintain that focus, but back elbows from Azure. Oh goodness.
Full Nelson, the prawn hold.
Only two for CPA once more.
A lot of runway created here. Azure coming in, hot stop cold by the boot of CPA. Up to the second now with the boot. Breaking the balance. And now hung up. Little Randy Orton flavor.
Face first goes CPA. Oh my God!
The neck snap. Now the outside leg hooked. That's it.
Whoa.
The story of the Scramble contest here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Right place, right time. The other combatants completely cleaned out of the contest. It was left up to CPA and your winner and new #1 contender for the Jensen Scramble Championship, Azure.
Well, Azure, we just watched try to pry the skull off of CPA's shoulders manually, and referee Will Dozian keeping a keen eye on CPA, hoping he can get to the back of his own volition, but now making his way to the back, chuckling it up, is Azure. So disarming.
I don't like this. Mason and Azure back to back. They're going to be hanging out all night here at Angels of Filthy Souls. They're going to be comparing the best way to snap a neck. This is bad news for the rest of the roster, folks.
Yeah, this is bad news for Blitzkrieg Pro. thankfully, more action to come. Show of support by the faithful to the other combatants. MORTAR carrying away CPA.
Well, showing that kindness toward fellow mankind in the holiday spirit, at least, are some of the Blitzkrieg Pro roster members as action continues here at Angels with Filthy Souls.
One more action to come. The head elf, Big Phil, will tell you more about it.
Last month, we lost one of the faithful. We call you guys the faithful because we love you. So Chris, your wife Jocelyn, I want a big Blitzkrieg Pro jam in her honor right now, guys. I know you can do it. This one's for Jocelyn. Are you guys ready for the next one? Yeah! And the following contest is a singles match scheduled for and brought to you by the Blitzkrieg Pro.
Right, Annette, remember the name of the head elf from Santa Claus. It's Bernard.
Oh, I loved Bernard.
Blitzkrieg Pro, Angels of Filthy Souls, rolls on live on IWTV. The best bangers are a-booming here at Thompson Hall. You want bangers? Got you.
No stranger to bringing the bangers is Javi. We saw compete in the mother of all scrambles and making a grand return here to celebrate the holidays of Blitzkrieg.
Some of you at home might be wondering, Core Kid, what do you mean by Core Kid? This is not softcore, hardcore, more like it. Javi bringing the thunder in singles action.
You said it, Johnny. And if you guys are just tuning in on IWTV, please use the hashtag BlitzAngels to let us know what you think. And if you're just joining in, you're just in time.
And then after that, get yourself in the pit. Well, speaking of, his opponent is going to be right in the thick of it. What do you get when you mix a circle pit and a wall of death? You get this contest here. This is a big step up for Javi's opponent tonight. Not to say he isn't game. He might be on fire, one might say. All Ash Bennett. Now, will we see the attitude from last time around, or is his head on straight? Only he knows the answer to that.
Such a good question, Johnny. I mean, really, if I could pick anything on my Christmas list, I would just ask that this matchup be clean, fair, solid, you know, no dirty antics, no crappy attitude. I'd love to see these two just go at it because on paper this is a barn burner, but we never know what to expect with the antics and attitude of the Ashhole Ash Bennett.
Well, if Ash Bennett were going to ask for anything this holiday season, it would be to reach 100% of the total Pokemon of the shiny decks that he's been working on.
Ash Hole. A few of those at home, I call them Ash Trays. Now, Javi extending the hand for friendship. Now right into the headlock, not wasting any time. We are off here.
Weaving around one another. Definitely a feeling out process between the two as they cross paths here at Blitzkrieg Pro.
Wise on the part of both combatants. Javi, we know, nationally renowned combatant, knows how to feel out an opponent with the best of them. He sat under some of the finest learning trees that are available in the whole wrestling orchard. Ash Bennett now.
No stranger of brilliant learning trees. difficulties, though, however. Ash Bennett, trained by the one and only AR Fox.
Yes, indeed. Way down in WWA 4 in Atlanta. Some of the best and brightest high flyers in the world today. A product of AR Fox and the company. Now Ash Bennett trying to settle into that hammer lock. How does he not stay and put? Back into that side headlock. Now it's Bennett's turn, not staying put.
Oh, but the big shoulder drives Bennett down to the mat.
Early on in the contest, I'd say the strength power advantage. Oh no! And potentially the smarts advantage, all in the corner of the court kid, Javi. Nobody home, that's 2 strikes.
Ooh.
Steps into the bicycle kick.
Jingling the bell of Ash Bennett.
And now quick to follow up. Javi to the apron, steps into the bicuspid rattler of a super kick.
We are seeing vintage Javi. I mean, that'll check your attitude for sure.
He knows he's got time to say hello to the faithful after that one. Never mind a bullet, that was a full-on shell. And now, ascended. Inspired by the great Ichiban, gonna rain down the rights.
No.
Now inspired by the great Carmelo Hayes.
Shaking his fists and dropping one to the dome of Ash Bennett is Javi.
Javi building up some steam.
Oh, wait a second. Wipes out Bennett on the outside.
Wasting,
All Javi here.
certainly wasting no time, but having time to celebrate nonetheless.
Definitely in the festive spirit.
Tis the season to be jolly. Jolly Javi in the driver's seat.
Maybe a shortage for green, but certainly reddening the chest of Ash Bennett.
Rolling in to break ref Gina's count. Oh no!
Ash Bennett taking advantage of a turn
Ooh.
back. Oh no!
I believe that's called karma.
25 Independent Wrestling has taught us never chop your opponent when they're leaned against the steel.
Oh, and now insult to literal injury was forcing the busted up hands to clap together, and now just taking the boots. Think about all the little itty bitty bones that are inside of the hand.
Trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the court kid. I guess he got what he deserved, didn't he?
Oh, but now backhands and cradling that hand regardless, but worth it to get the impact.
And now the rolling neck breaker from the apron. From the second row, pardon me. But Javi now cradling that neck. And maybe in a bad way now.
Yeah, Ash Bennett might have found the opening that he needed, still cradling that hand.
But trying to stop a hole through Javi Bennett.
And we know all too well the rigorous schedule that Javi has undergone
Recover.
as a competitor coming out. All of that shock, the damage that you weather as a professional wrestler, that shock settles in your spinal column, in your neck. Ash Bennett knew that all too well when he drilled home that neck breaker from the second rope. I gotta believe Javi now is fighting off the tingles in the fingers and toes.
Oh, speaking of toes, going low, Ash Bennett stomping on the top of the foot.
If you damage the neck, the rest of the body, how quickly it can crumble.
The spinal column, the neck, a veritable support structure for the entire body. Not to mention the core of the core kid. Now hooks the leg, does Bennett. 2 count only.
Javi hanging in there, hanging tough here. Blitzkrieg Pro bringing the thunder back here in Enfield, Connecticut. No better way to send off the year to get our souls a little filthy, huh? Ash Bennett remaining in that driver's seat, the chance honoring a suplex. Javi having none of it.
That forearm shiver, and now the backhand chop to the chest of Bennett. Drives home with a strike to the face.
Corner to corner we go. Ash versus on the whip. Cummins and Hot with the clothesline.
Scooped up. Oh, wait a second, did it? Oh, unable to capitalize and leaves the opening for Javi.
And early on in the contest, I mentioned that Javi with that strength, that power advantage. Ash wanted to show Javi where the power lied, and instead found himself hoisted on his own petard.
But now Javi just brought himself some very valuable recovery time. When we talk about the support, not only feeling in the neck and spine, but that instep is definitely going to be a problem to look out for Javi.
Our faithful rallying behind their core kit. Javi now throws home the big right. Bennett turns fire.
Javi again.
These two. Whoa!
The mirror play of this back and forth volley. Coming unhinged though is the core kid. Open up that pit.
Flies on in the double hand strike. Javi, that second wind, back body drop.
Barreling over. Ash Bennett shaky to rise. Flips with a kick.
Oh, the dragon suplex. Cover now. Oh, only two.
Is that a ho 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 I heard?
Maybe. Javi, can't believe it. Ash Bennett, I'm not sure he knows where he is at this point. But Javi looking to put this one to bed. Pro wrestling equivalent on Christmas Eve. When you wake up, there will be presents under the tree.
Wait a second.
Close, no cigar.
What? Whoa.
Split diversion. Tangles up the legs to get that pinfall, does Bennett.
Ride the leg trap, no weight on the shoulders. Oshikoroshi.
And not the strong cover that Ash Bennett would have wanted, but the exhaustion that's got to be setting in at this point.
Deeper in the contest, potentially wise to go for the lateral press, lay your weight across the shoulders, because sometimes you only have that 1% battery left when you go to hook the leg.
You can see the anguish on Ash Bennett's face. I mean, what's it going to take?
And now creating some room, coming in hot.
Oh, could have been looking for the Giga Impact, but swept up.
Penalty kick off the crossbar, and now fireman's carry. Javi.
Oh, instead winds through. Is this a crossface locked in?
Variation on the crossface.
The innovation coming from the tutelage of A.R. Fox.
Yeah, still trying to get hold of that grip.
Wrenching back, forcing and driving that pain.
And he has to be careful with the cadence. He's trying to rally the faithful behind him. But this is our referee's discretion, Gina Monty. Hold on now. Shoulders down.
Stacked high, but instead shifts. The body dropped. No, Ash Bennett still kicking.
And it came down to it the same way that we talked about the little things in King fundamentals. Javi not able to sit up, apply his full weight off of that sit-out powerbomb. Ash Bennett able to kick out. But as we get deeper into these contests, folks, it's the little things that become big things, just like that.
Everything compounding, the damage building throughout the course of this bout.
Big right. The Mirko Crow Cop flavor coming out for Ash Bennett.
No!
Caught!
Hey, wait a minute! STFU!
Ash Bennett reaching out.
Maybe looking to take that literally.
Is Ash Bennett gonna tap and end this match?
He's got nowhere to go. Oh, rolling over. Smart.
Yeah, into the ropes there.
Desperation maneuver. Ash Bennett able to force the break with the grip of the rope.
And hanging on.
Dear life.
Oh,
Cyclone
heavens!
kick finds home, channeling Amazing Red. And now, I don't know who got the worst of that.
Oh, a shock. A muscle spasm, if you will, but Javi, shoulder up.
Not feeling so awesome if you're Ash Bennett right now. Thought he had Javi dead to rights.
But one thing is for sure, Santa has not skipped over Thompson Hall tonight with the presents that we are receiving.
Santa baby hurried right down that chimney. The gift that keeps on giving. These angels with filthy souls here in Thompson Hall. Now coming in hot.
Oh, looking for the Giga Impact once more. Cut off at the pass by Javi.
Now hooked up. Fisherman Buster. Got it.
Wow.
And Javi victorious in singles action here at Blitzkrieg Pros. Angels with filthy souls.
A notch on the belt for Javi. What a great showing. That just goes to show you the will of being a core kid. He is used to having to dig deep, being kicked when he's down. He represents all of the core kids.
What is there? There's another core kid on this roster, in with the out crowd, as they say. Bunch of dirt dogs, as they say. And potentially, look at that hair. That's one of the best sets of hair in wrestling, I'd say.
You're pushing it.
Am I? Plenty more action to come. Hold on now, keeping it center ring.
Javi, who showed so much passion and heart.
Good core kid, showing love, as they do in the core scene.
The faithful wants to see a show of sportsmanship because both these guys, hell yeah.
The embrace for the battle that these two fought to. Oh, wait, come on!
The knee strike downstairs. Ash Bennett, all sour grapes.
What an asshole.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll treat that asshole like my ashtrays at home. Fill in the blanks, folks. Plenty more action to come. And my word, we're gonna need some help. We need some help for Javi, our victor. But if you're just tuning in now, sure don't look the part.
Certainly not.
Incredible showing, the core kid Javi. More than welcome, just down the road from old Western Mass Hardcore. Well, folks, I dare say, off the heels of that last contest, we did ourselves a bit of a palate cleanse. A peppermint mocha, maybe some eggnog. Just what the doctor ordered.
Coquito?
Yes! Please and thank you.
Man, we are getting wild in Enfield tonight. We have a special guest in the house tonight. Blitzkrieg legend and current AEW superstar, Smart Mark Sterling's in the house. Now, in the spirit of giving, it seems it's Christmas.
Sky, you gonna be all right? You gonna punch Mark in the face?
I think we let bygones be bygones.
Oh,
okay?
I'm so happy to hear that. I was worried we'd have to keep an eye on you.
Unless.
It's a fair-on-fair Survivor Series elimination match brought to you by Miss Advocate Entrepreneur.
Well, 'tis the season. To your point, this next matchup certainly feels like what it would be to drink a nice glass of coquito.
Oh, I gotta believe a winning team in this contest gets all the coquito at Enfield. And Logan Black, he is straight edge, but he wants to make sure the kids of TTT, they've tasted coquito proper. Proud member of the Latino community out of New York City. And one half, or should I say 1/3 of the ECBC. King of Chaos. And in with the out crowd. The captain of Blitzkrieg Pro and his first mate, the ECBC, making their way out here. 4-on-4 Survivor Series Slay Rules.
Bringing the festive filthiness to Angels with Filthy Souls.
Yeah, you'd almost think that the show name was named after these two. As you said, Johnny, my hermano for sure. Close relation with Leary as well. Both of them, though, the attitude on the two of them recently, not making me super proud to be that other third of ECBC.
Now, what we were saying before about Logan Black and the Coquito, he gets so much of it, he has to wear that drug-free hoodie everywhere. Please stop gifting straight-edge people Coquitos. But now, Leary and Logan, they await their allies.
And very interesting allies that they sought. I mean, really, the land of the misfit toys, as we've said, but you wouldn't think that these allies would be the ones that they would seek out, right? But interesting to see how they fare.
It's the old test run of the cocktail, and I'm not sure how this is gonna taste. It has been a long layoff and a long-awaited return last time around for Mike Graca, the Mind Eraser, who now steps up alongside Leary and Logan.
Yeah, Mike Graca, who we saw facing Angelo Carter back at Wild in the Streets, definitely wants to come in here and continue that momentum, take it all the way into 2026.
And now, the fourth. Phil, your job is done. You can turn it right over to Stan Michael. I, for one, can't wait for the inevitable collaboration between Give 'em Hell and Stan Michael.
Give 'em Hell returning in January 2026. Just gonna throw that in there.
Go ahead and look them up on Spotify. A gift came early. Speaking of gifts, wow! Delta Elves! Wait a minute, that is one half of the other side of the coin in this Santa Slay Survivor Series Spectacular.
And you know, this holiday, I will say it, we need more cowbell.
Wait a minute, they are pointing to the stairs.
Oh.
Yes, so much yes.
Fantastic.
The greatest holiday carol of all time.
Wow!
Holy Rudolph!
Oh,
RVV Rudolph Von Vicious! I'll tell you what, when DMX hit the speakers, I took a look over at the opposite team, and the color just collectively washed out of their faces.
if ever there was a battle cry for a matchup like this, it was DMX's strains of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, PVV, guiding the sleigh and hopefully to a victory. But wait, what?
Wait, there is one more combatant.
Oh, he certainly is!
Heath and the Jackson 5, match made in the North Pole. ECBC, Stan, Michael, Mike, Graca. They look like they've seen 4 ghosts. The ghost of Christmas past, present, future, and Blitzkrieg Pro.
I don't think they were ready to see jolly old St. Heath hit the scene here.
God, I've never felt so jolly. I just downed all this hot chocolate and Christmas cookies, and I'm jittery, folks. Oh, we're on the nice list. We're on the nice list.
We're supposed to call this right down the line, right, guys? I don't know.
Oh, guys, the vibes are immaculate here at Angels with Filthy Souls. And if you're watching on IWTV, you just got a little taste of some of that elven
Logan Black's
energy.
face is all of us. It's just, what is going on?
I don't typically root against ECBC, but I mean, come on! Look at this team! Look at this team! One more?
Heath just said there's one more?
Oh, wow. Leary almost got capped.
I see what you did there.
Hey.
Special friend of mine. Special friend. He's gonna be there to manage you. You all know who he is. And if you guys got his music, I wish you could play it right now. Because he's gonna make his entrance up there. You guys will love him.
Hey now!
Whether down the chimney or down the stairs, Smart Mark Sterling's here.
I gotta believe there's a time that Smart Mark Sterling is on his best behavior. It's right before Christmas.
Yeah, that checks out.
It is Smart Mark Sterling. He may have brought toys for all the good little boys and girls here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Former Bedlam champion, former hated rival turned compadre of our own hot scoop, Skyler.
I don't know, guys, whether it be all the holiday accoutrement or Smart Mark Sterling's shiny red shoes, I just got so much more in the holiday spirit.
I feel that. I feel it in my bones.
And goodness, I've never seen two teams in more extreme polarity to one another.
Smart Mark. Accompanying to the ring, his team, Dante, Drago, and Nick Robles, the head elves.
Oh, we're seeing a face-off here.
Rudolph Von Vicious, and Heath Claus, whatever you do. Mike, Graca, Logan, Black, Leary, and Stan, Michael. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Stan, Michael, and Heath. That might be a dance-off break.
Oh! How
You
dare!
can't take a shot like that at the red nose of Rudolph Von Vicious.
Oh, no, and them's fighting words. Went after Rudolph. Rudolph having a rough time. The nose not lighting up today. But now, all business is a-booming.
Good heavens! The body of Heath just bouncing off of the hardwood stage here.
And the hat-assisted right hand from Heath on Stan Michael.
Oh!
Perry Von Rudolph taking it to Leary.
Stan Michael and Heath are giving us a front row seat to all of the action. We're seeing this live and in 3D.
The Delta Elves taking it to Graca and Logan. Oh my God.
Whoa!
Yeah, back to Santa's sleigh for you. Face first onto the ring apron from Heath.
But now Leary has the antlers of Rudolph. Oh no!
Why?
Cracks them.
Just why?
I thought
on.
he was going to try to fly with him.
You know we still don't have our tree up. This is why. This is like he's not in the spirit at all.
What an
Why?
absolute Grinch.
He's one of them aluminum fake tree types, right? Anyways. Wait a minute now, Heath.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Zigging, zagging onto the reindeer antlers. Leary lucky he wasn't impaled on those reindeer antlers. But now, Stan Michael raining it down. The big rights on Heath. All coal for the King of Soul.
And I mean, tell me something that Stan Michael can't do. Can carry a gorgeous tune while wrestling. Stay upright, maybe, against Heath.
Eats a beautiful knee strike, tell you that. And now Heath in the driver's seat.
Tag me.
One half of the head elves, the Delta Elves, make Robles into the contest now.
Joining forces with Heath. Now Nick Robles with the cover on Stan Michael. Kicks out.
Only two. Referee Bill Thompson. Very careful with how he counts, lest he end up with coal under his Christmas tree.
Now lighten up the lower body, switching up the levels is Robles. Ooh, socked right to the jaw.
The footwear making a big difference on the kick offense of Nick Robles. Those pointy shoes.
With bells on.
Yes. The bells could cause a laceration.
Oh.
My word, flying into the leg lariat, Stan Michael.
Quick spring from Robles, keeping himself alive. As you have seen, this is elimination style.
Now Mike Graca, the mind eraser. Michael with the big right, Nick Robles, long way from the North Pole.
Stomping a hole right to the chest of the rocker boy is Mike Graca.
Quick tags in and out. Here comes Logan Black.
The urgency setting in for Logan Black, Mike Graca, and Stan Michael. It's now a 3-on-4 affair.
And Logan Black down his partner. I mean, his best friend, his brother.
Yeah, anybody that he can look to for tag team flavor. Oh, but here we are. Scoop. Snaps off the suplex. Tried and true Logan Black combo, but only good for two. I don't know about that.
That just got right under the skin of Heath.
And now it's a 3-on-1 assault. Graca, Michael, Logan. Now Stan Michael back into the contest. R&B, rhythm, and beatdowns. Nick Robles.
I mean, two musicians in their own right.
Over now. This is the rock versus R&B battle that will wage for the rest of time.
No doubt about that. Certainly it would be music to Stan Michael's ears if he could get Nick Robles eliminated.
His favorite tune. Speaking of, Logan Black firing off the big right to the midsection. Nick Robles needs to find a way out and fast.
Logan Black giving no space, no room to breathe. Ref Bill Thompson forcing it.
Hold on now. Robles, the perimeter defense on display. Points over with the crossbody.
Makes the tag to Dante. Drago is the best.
And now the pair of clotheslines. Nobody home on the third, drops his way on down. Woo! Drop kick. Dante fresh as a daisy on the button. The back elbow, the super kick. Logan Black, the granite jaw does not fall. Instead cascades into the corner. Drago, running lifter. Wisely changing angles.
Planting Black straight into the cover, wasting no time.
Only two, though.
Hold on now.
Nick opting to come back in. Interesting choice, however, they are trying to do a tag team maneuver. Ooh!
Chasing the dragon! Chasing the reindeer? Cover! That's it! Chasing the reindeer, good for 3.
The strategy paid off.
Now a 4-on-2 affair. It's Stan Michael and Mike Graca.
Odds are not in the favor of the unjolly team of Michael and Graca. But now the tag made once again, Dante Drago.
Got Michael hooked up.
Oh, wait a second though, very wise Graca with the low bridge.
Okay, well, pondering the heart attack. Over the top. The leg lariat. Drills the face and gets the 3. Stan Michael. Correct me if I'm mistaken. I believe that is Stan Michael's first successful pinfall.
Oh,
on
wait
the
a second.
event.
You are correct, Johnny, but here comes Heath.
Yeah, no time to enjoy that.
The King of Soul just got crowned.
Yes, indeed. And now Heath. Power slam. Slam to claws coming to town.
Ooh!
Zigging and zagging.
Dragging him down into that cover, shoulders stacked. Oh wait, oh gosh. Graca wasting no time, the last of his team.
Graca again, smart, calculated, getting right on Heath. He knows he needs to make up for this numbers disadvantage.
Sky, Alyssa, I gotta believe few things would serve to erase the mind of Mike Graca further than if his team was shut out in this Survivor Series contest. You can see the complexion of Mike Graca has been disintegrating throughout this contest.
But meanwhile, Graca trying to slay.
If he dies, he dies!
Goodness gracious! Drop kick low in the corner.
The homage to B-Boy from California with that face wash drop kick. The cover!
That's two.
That's Andy Brown's uncle from another, if I do recall. Shout out to B-Boy. And now Mike Graca. He's got Heath in the drop zone. Now this could be the worst of them all. Do you recall the deadliest of them all? It's incoming!
And it's dodged by jelly old St. Heath.
But now,
Heath needs to make it to our Jensen champion.
the leader of a sleigh entering the contest. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide our fight tonight? Oh, baby.
Could be a trip around the world. Could be the merry-go-round. Oh no, now scraping at the eyes, obscuring the vision of the Jensen champion, Perry Von Vicious.
He's gonna have to use that nose to see now. But smart Mark Sterling.
Sterling saying, not on my watch. Oh, there you go. Turnabout fair play.
No doubt about it.
Very smart Mark Sterling. Oh.
Coming to the aid of Perry Von Vicious, an old ally. And now playing to the skies. Arms out, ticket punched. Graca, you've been a bad, bad boy. Whoa, Perry, go round.
It's a one-way trip to the top of the naughty list. And that's the win.
All smiles. The North Pole's finest walk away with the victory here at Blitzkrieg Pro's Angels with Filthy Souls. And hold on now, smart Mark Sterling, a holiday address incoming.
Great fucking shoes!
Check. Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. I appreciate it. They do really love me up in Enfield. I appreciate it. Now, folks, thank you. These shoes are great. I appreciate it. $1,000. Folks, I came here tonight to talk about our friend Jeff Cannonball.
We love you, Jeff.
Unfortunately, Jeff couldn't be here tonight because he's in the fight of his life against the Elves. But I know for a fact that Jeff fought here in this building. I know for a fact that Jeff bled here in this building. And I know for a fact that he poured his heart and soul into Blitzkrieg Pro, Enfield, Connecticut, and wrestling in front of all of you. And being the action figure aficionado that I am, I needed to make sure that our friend Jeff didn't call it a career without his own action figure. I wanted to do this for me, selfishly, because I love collecting action figures. I wanted to do it for all of you, all the Jeff Cannonball fans. But most importantly, I wanted to do it for his little baby. And his little baby will always have, no matter what happens, his father as an action figure, and he can always say that that is my hero, my dad. Now, these have been on sale for a little bit. I've been sending them out. If you guys already bought one, you got a package shipped by me and my little daughter. We put the stuff in the box and we sent it out. But so far we've raised over $3,000 for his family. So I think that we can do more. I have tonight Jeff Cannonball action figures for sale, $20, and you will get an absolute free picture or an autograph from me, okay? So for the rest of the night, I'm hanging out over there. Let's honor our friend Jeff Cannonball, and I'd like to turn to the animation with one more. Cannonball cheer if you know this.
That'll take us in intermission here at Blitzkrieg Pro's Angels of Filthy Souls. We love you, Jeff Cannonball.
We love you.
Second half action here, Blitzkrieg Pro. Angels with Filthy Souls. It's a GD miracle.
So excited to see Miracle Generation back in action, but it is an open challenge now. Get well soon, please, A-Game Joseph Alexander. And we miss you, Crazy Asante.
Dustin Waller, Kylon King, as you said, Sky, originally slated to take on the Ancestral City Shooters. Injury bug bit. And now we've got ourselves a Miracle Generation open challenge. Fascinated to see who steps up to the plate. Dustin Flash Waller, big guy Kylon King. former Blitzkrieg Pro Tag Team Champions a few times over.
A long time ago, before any of you even knew the name here of the generation, it was a promotion named Blitzkrieg that made a match. Dustin and Kylon King versus the Shook Crew, Bobby Orlando and Bryce Donovan.
I remember.
That match in this very building in negative degree weather, freezing our asses off, would soon get us to where we are right now in front of all of you amazing fans. So thank you, Blitzkrieg. The Shook Crew gave back to us, so it's time for us to give back to new teams that want to be in the spot that we're at now. So you heard it first, but you're going to hear it again. Right now is the Miracle Generation Open Challenge. So, to honor the greatest of all time, if you want some, come get some!
Gauntlet thrown down for any tandem in Blitzkrieg Pro. Batter up. Ho ho!
Oh.
Well, we got a first-time tandem. Julezee, we know, have a couple meetings here in Blitzkrieg Pro. But debuting now, the partner Rullo.
I was just going to ask Johnny if we were going to see some old faces, if we were going to see faces anew, a little bit of both.
Now we're just going to let that play for a sec. But anyways, Julezee, Rullo. There is a contrast between these two. Just get my first impression. One so colorful, the lighter side of the color palette. The other all black. Wait a minute. A third?
We are Leary, and we too are answering the Miracle Generation Open Challenge.
Oh, triple threat?
A trio of tag teams out here now. Now I gotta keep glancing up to the entranceway. 4-way, 5-way, 6-way, 7-way tag. I don't know. All bets are off. How many teams are in the house?
Well, I mean, an open challenge is open to interpretation. I mean, they could just keep coming.
We wasn't expecting 2 teams to answer an open challenge, but since we're here now, let's make it a triple threat, root-to-root elimination match right now.
Hey now! Flex on him.
All right, we're gonna make this official. The following contest is a triple threat tag match fought under lucha rules, which means when one person is pinned, that team is eliminated. Introducing first, the team of Julezee and Rudolph, Dolphin, the Union. And from Bedlam, New Jersey, the team of Scramble and Julezee, the Saints of the Sun, and without further ado, a team that needs no introduction, Dustin Kylon King, together they are the Miracle Generation.
The boys are back in town. Miracle Generation, they set up the stage. And these two brand new teams to the Blitzkrieg Pro Tag Team Division stepping up. Misery Inc., Troy Locke and V. Daniel, and Dolphin Funeral of Julezee and Rullo.
Interesting. interesting combination. But yes, great to see the boys back. We now have quite the mix-up. I definitely call this a holiday surprise. And we're off.
Julezee starting things off. Half of the Mystery Inc. Soaking it in. What we've learned about the home, he really likes getting to know the Blitzkrieg faithful. Got to keep the eye on the opponents, especially in such a fast and frenetic match. But hey, now, stuck him.
Also likes getting to know his opponent. Comes with all the sunshine, the happiness. I mean, you know the trope, grumpy sunshine, right?
How many stickers does Julezee have at his disposal?
The limit does not exist.
One's stuck on already. And now side headlock. The out of the way. But well done. Flexing on the speed. Down the back door.
Bringing the lucha style to these lucha rule tag team contest.
Folks, this one is going to be furious as it comes. Lucha rules. Tags by hand are not required. Another sticker. On top of that, eliminations also apply. A lot of moving parts. The McGinnis flavor. One boot.
Rullo tagging himself in. Looks like beautiful takeover.
Well schooled in the art of high flying. Now Rullo. Such great heights on the high cross body. Now, Misery trying to slow things down. Wise to do so. Both of these teams very fast.
Wow.
The standing back from the standing drop kick. Talk about making a first impression. Punching and counter punching, mixing it up. Keeping the balance. Very impressed thus far.
Emo Loner firing up, landing a rough kick across the chest.
This offense right now, all black everything. Cover. Thus far, Rullo feeling himself here. Now out the back door. Tandem action incoming. Just like that, roll out. Serving stamina. Oh, got the boot up. Hanging and pawing at both members. Misery Inc. Troy Locke beat Daniel.
Hey, come on, let go.
Daniel planting Rullo.
Just like that. Resting the shins of the top rope. Rolling into the senton. Daniel and Locke now. Full control of the ring.
Locke directing traffic.
Daniel lands hard. Normally, referee Gina Monty, not her first rodeo when it comes to bouts filled with chaos, especially here in Blitzkrieg Pro.
And Misery Inc. in control.
Jinkies, double under her. Spike Angel's wings. Now Misery Inc. The plan coming together to Troy Locke beat Daniel, but my word, Dustin, like a flash wilder.
Blink and you might miss him. Oh.
Kylon King doth cleaneth the clock. Splash now, the wheelbarrow splash.
Opting out of the pin to clear house. Miracle Generation standing tall. A sight we're used to seeing.
The boys are back in town. And now Waller and King with the high ground. Waller gonna fly. The plancha finds home. Santa is safe. None of the other combatants I can say the same for.
But Kylon, watch out.
Intercepted. Rullo. The missile drop kick. Got all of it and then some. Julezee steps into the bicycle kick. Oh, wait. Right on the plancha. Opted for the acai moonsault.
Beautiful.
Jensen knew to get out of the way of that. Julezee eyeing the upper altitudes. Senton from such great heights, the flying Dolphin, if you will.
Impressive showing from Dolphin Funeral.
One half Dolphin, one half Funeral in full control.
And they've isolated Kylon King. This might be the opening they need.
The Enziguri followed up by the Julezee bicycle kick. High tempo offense here. Well done, the Tornado DDT in tandem. Cover now.
Whoa!
Nearly a massive get. Julezee and Rullo are the ones that are able to put down either Waller or King. That's a jetpack on your back here at Blitzkrieg Pro. May now be a beat in the middle. Oh, malfunction at the junction, the bicycle kick.
Oh no! Oh.
Tale as old as time. Watch the bomb! Power slam, power bomb combo. But now Misery Inc. Now rolled up into the wheelbarrow. Spike down with the face buster. Misery loves company.
Misery Inc. eliminating Dolphin Funeral with what they call the Misery Machine.
Interesting.
Proof that only one misstep, one miscue can make all the difference.
Yeah, Bennett's misery business. Let's take it from the top. Now there's only two. Misery Inc. Miracle Generation. Tip of the cap to Julezee and Rullo, Dolphin Funeral. Spirited outing, first tandem out, and now opposite corner. These punches. What do you say?
Always so in sync, even from opposite ends of the ring.
Dare I say miraculous? No, see no. Nobody home. Well done. The evasion. Waller sits through with a clothesline. King plants the boot into the face. And now, Miracle Generation focused. What? A spine buster. And now, STFU, one of the moves of the day, don't you know? Is the last time now. Misery Inc. breaks up the proceedings. Kylon King now. Going to the outside. Here comes Waller, but on with Uranagi. Waller elbowing his way out. Oh, intercepted, cut off at the pass. Point of the elbow meets the jaw. Now Locke. One more stick, different kind. Waller, the speed on display.
Oh.
Fight for the sunset flip. Face buster.
Whoa!
The half crab, Dustin Waller, Kylon King, not in any position to make the save to come to Waller's aid. And that's a deep squat on that half Boston crab. Difficult maneuver to keep on.
Deep squat and no help in sight. I mean, center of the ring, Johnny. Will we see a tap?
Right there. Troy Locke here, it's so easy. Your knees, your toes go numb in the single leg Boston crab for too long. Kylon, Oklahoma stampede of a whole new variety. Stampeding over the entirety of the match. All four combatants, Misery Inc., Miracle Generation down. Enfield locked in on this contest here. The future of the tag team division here with Blitzkrieg Pro never been brighter. Go further, may I give you Exhibit A, Kylon King. 1-on-2 affair. But those strikes well honed.
But it's the numbers game.
Catching up. Now the double suplex. Two knees now. Wait a minute! The double release Kylon King can always see the northern light sky.
And now Kylon King locked in. Both members of Misery Inc.
Wait!
Oh!
The surface to air knee strike.
Locke with the follow up.
Bulldog position. Finds home with the Bulldog. Calling for the end. One more time around. Got it.
Misery Machine take 2.
Just like that.
Once again.
Flash able to make the save. We just saw that this was the elimination for Dolphin Funeral. Could have been the same fate for Miracle Generation.
Both of these teams with their perimeter defense are so on point. And at this point now, we are breaking up pinfall attempts by overpowering the other partner. Digging deep into the well here as we get to the later innings of this one. One for the ages, and dare I say, one that may become a Blitzkrieg Pro tradition. Triple threat tag team. Elimination flavor.
Some lucha rules sprinkled on top. That's a Bloody Mary if I ever heard.
I like it, Johnny. And now we have Daniel Waller, center of the ring, trading blows.
Wilder mixing it up, the overhand rights into the knife edge chop. Got the flash cutter, scouting. Now jumping off, tornado DDT finds home for Daniel. The sheer momentum of the tornado DDT launched Dustin Wilder. Here comes Kylon King. The phone, wanted satellite DDT. It was not to be. Consider that brain busted.
The deceptive strength of Kylon King, but here comes Locke.
Floats on over. Well done on the butterfly suplex.
Deceptive strength of his own is Troy Locke, but hold on.
Bliss!
No.
Once again. Out the back door goes Waller. Sticks him with the flash cutter. In the drop zone. Moon Salt. Kylon King. Cover that man. Game over. Yes, I do believe in miracles. Miracle Generation victorious in their return here to Blitzkrieg Pro.
Miracle Generation back on top, but let's give props to Misery Inc. What a showing. Dolphin Funeral. Certainly hope to see both of these teams back in action here at Blitzkrieg Pro.
No doubt about it. Both teams showed off their high ability ceilings. As I said earlier, the best is yet to come and the future is oh so bright. Blitzkrieg Pro's tag team division.
Now this is a big test of respect.
Olive branch extended. Misery Inc. accepting all love, all sportsmanship. Misery Inc. leveled themselves up today. Miracle Generation. Still a team to beat now and forever here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Blitzkrieg Pro had a tag team Hall of Fame. Those are first ballot. Dustin Waller, Kylon King.
Wait.
Cleaning out Misery Inc. Rapid fire boots.
Why?
Well, what is the meaning of this? Misery Inc. They may have been miserable during the match, but I thought we were past that.
Miracle Generation were the victors. Why? I don't get it.
Dustin Waller, Kylon King. Clearing out Misery Inc. And now focusing on Troy Locke. Dashed his brains nearly out.
the head kick with super kick combo.
Right upside the skull. Someone should check on Locke. That was rough.
I recognize that Misery Inc. was disagreeable during the contest, but that doesn't warrant that. Goodness gracious.
Absolutely not, but I think that was a statement, Johnny. There, you see Kylon, he's saying he's coming back for those tag titles.
May have been a powerful, brutal lesson for Misery Inc. to maybe not be so miserable. But maybe the misery is transferred over to the new generation. Time will only tell here, folks.
We've got referee Dojin.
Not even said it. Troy Locke wouldn't be out cold. That super kick and high kick combination. Perfect stereo.
Referee Dojin checking in on Misery Inc. This is hard to watch. But he's up, he's moving. I'm gonna go check in with the back. I'm gonna hand things over to you and Alyssa.
Oscar Skyler, everybody.
I will. Which side do you think is the loudest? This one, or this one? What do you think? Will, what do you think? Tell me. There you go. All right, ready? When I play to your side, I want you to be as loud as you can. Ready? 1, 2, go! 1, 2, go!
Raucous energy! My God, these souls are so filthy, Alyssa. Oh, my knees.
Are you ready?
A fever pitch, raucous energy here.
The faithful knew that once referee Will Dojin was in on it, they had to join it.
How can you not? Contagious energy. And please, we need to clean our palates after that behavior from the Miracle Gen. I'm still shaken.
Yeah, messy situation. It's good. I definitely got to believe Misery needs to be a little less miserable next time we see it. Maybe be a little nicer to people and they won't kick you in the head.
Fair enough.
I'm not excusing Miracle Generation. Kalvin Dumont stepping into the Blitzkrieg Pro ring. Blue chip prospect.
Torres, I hear that the Swiss Alps are simply lovely this time of year. Kalvin Dumont could have sent us a postcard, but instead decided to pay us a Christmas visit.
The Swiss Alps, Kalvin Dumont, that means training at high altitudes. The gas tank of Kalvin Dumont, one to be reckoned with.
Wait a minute.
What?
I have so many questions.
He shaved.
What did he bring for me, Troy?
Wait, what? Oh! It's the season of giving!
Wow. This bout has a whole lot of swag. Is that the word? Swag? Riz? I don't know.
Whatever it is
36,
palpable
guys.
energy. We're in our mid-30s, we're figuring it out, but someone that has such a fresh future is Angelo Carter.
That's a whole lot of money on that dragon. Is that diamonds I see? Where did he say he was from? Get out of town. Angelo Carter! The money dragon, the diamond dragon, mama's favorite dragon.
On this season of Keeping Up with the Dragon, it is all about that pressure that has made the Diamond Dragon. It is about rising up from the experiences that have made Angelo Carter the competitor that they are, and manifesting in 2026 championships, paychecks, nothing but wait, ho, hey.
Kalvin Dumont. Hey, see, Kalvin Dumont knows his way around a fan. We might be in for a fan off, folks.
Dumont not used to being, I guess, upstaged or to sharing the spotlight, one would think, but you don't mess with Angelo Carter's fan. Come on.
Angelo Carter's biggest fan, now back safely in the hands of Angelo Carter.
And we know, of course, cards are subject to change. Angelo Carter had a score to settle with Kirby Wackerman, who's unable to compete here tonight. Kalvin Dumont stepping up to the challenge.
The beauty of cards subject to change, we were looking forward to a potential resolution between the Angelo Carter and Kirby Wackerman conflict. But this bout, not on my bingo card, and I am intrigued, to say the least.
No doubt about that. Two incredible prospects.
Resident Dragon of T2T and a blue chip prospect out of the New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Both out to show the Blitzkrieg Pro faithful again and again what they are made of. Dumont, a newer face here at Blitzkrieg. Bears a striking resemblance to the understudy of one Tristan Kyle from the Silver Screen Collective.
Oh, wow, wonder if they're related. The Meteora finds home. Angelo Carter.
Only good for two. The Diamond Dragon unrelenting.
Thrusting himself back
To a vertical base.
You got to appreciate the fact, too, that Angelo Carter, I feel, has come leaps and bounds over this year alone. Oh, come on, Dumont now with a cheap shot after baiting in Carter.
Massive clothesline.
Scurries into the cover, trying to capitalize. Shrugged off by Angelo Carter.
fast off the line Kalvin Dumont was. Didn't even need to create extra distance to find such impact on that clothesline.
Absolutely seamless. Ooh.
The overhand shot.
And that dull thud as licking his chops for more was Angelo Carter.
And now, corner to corner we go. Angelo Carter was trying to walk through the offense of Kalvin Dumont. Kalvin Dumont wisely turned up the gas. You can't allow Angelo Carter to rally back through those situations, channel any bravado, adrenaline, etc.
And now Angelo Carter in that compromised position, chest first against the heavy steel cables. Shots to the midsection, but Dumont fires right back.
Young in his career as Kalvin Dumont has already captured chaotic wrestling gold. No stranger to heavy competition.
And no stranger to rising to the opportunities. He's now falling into that cover.
And he does have a bit of a short fuse. As we've seen throughout pro wrestling as a whole, and Blitzkrieg Pro to be precise, you gotta keep your head about you.
I mean, people can be very fueled by emotion in bouts, or they can let that temper get the better of them.
God forbid the faithful says something they don't like.
We've seen it happen before. We've seen the faithful get under people's skin, but we've also seen combatants. Like the flag stealing. Oh, God, and now that open palm to the jaw of Angelo Carter from Kalvin Dumont.
And now, things may have taken a turn.
How about it?
And
Dodges
now,
the blow.
Explodes into the strike, making a pair. Angelo Carter able to catch the kick. Walking it like he talks it.
Rising knee, puts a little extra hot sauce on that.
Changing up. Well done.
Sweeping Dumont off their feet. Low drop kick from Carter.
The kick game on display. Changing levels, keeping Kalvin Dumont on the back foot at all times. Angelo Carter making the proper adjustments. The experience in Blitzkrieg Pro has helped out the Money Dragon more than words can really say. Now,
Always looking for Libra's groove, but no, swept off the feet.
so badly to over-rotate that DDT. Now the backslide, jockeying for position.
Oh, wait, weaving around one another. Angelo Carter, wait, a distance closed by the drop kick from Dumont.
Done by Dumont, keeping his head about him. Spun all the way around, could have lost the equilibrium. Instead finds home with the neck breaker. Cover! Reversals at this juncture with their weight in gold. Kalvin Dumont, Angelo Carter.
Carter still alive in this matchup, says waking up every day is about being a survivor. Now finds himself on the shoulders, driving that back elbow to create separation.
Ivan's carry, do it, but Dumont. Just for the corner, now drill. Knee meets the jaw. Carter with the follow-up, the Psycho knee strike.
And wasting no time, dragging Dumont back to a vertical base. Looking to end things now.
Driven down hard. That's it. DDT 1, 2, 3. Angelo Carter victorious. Money Dragon, Diamond Dragon, Blitzkrieg Dragon victorious. And Angelo Carter, what's next if you're the Money Dragon? Continues to climb the mountain towards the Bedlam Championship. But Kirby Wackerman, I gotta believe, not far from the mind of Angelo Carter. Oh my God!
Carter now locking eyes with this nightmare of the Can Demon. Oh, wait a second, Kirby Wackerman, not clear to compete, but Angelo, look behind you.
Chain in hand. And now the Garrett. Corroding, looking to collapse the windpipe.
Crushing.
Angelo Carter. We need some help out here.
Yep.
Somebody. A Can Demon. Once upon a time, Can Demon would be that guy. Would come to the aid of Angelo Carter.
Angelo trying to swipe at Can Demon as we're trying to get some kind of help out here for Carter, whose trachea is being crushed.
Nobody coming to the aid of Angelo Carter.
Oh, no, oh God.
Kirby Wackerman.
No!
The former delightful Dan, nothing delightful about that.
As shredding the fan of Angelo Carter, Kirby Wackerman, Can Demon, sending a very powerful message as our team goes out to check on Angelo Carter. Chilling scene of the destruction left in the path of this dastardly duo.
Wasn't a person in the back was willing to stand up to Kirby Wackerman and Can Demon.
I mean, can you blame them? Such a chilling presence, but Angelo Carter had locked eyes on their destroyed fan. Oh, jeez. And shaky legs.
We need some medical help, I gotta believe. Staff is grading high in the locker room. Folks, my word, I didn't know we need so many palate cleansers and such quantities of hot chocolate and eggnog.
And coquito.
Coquito.
Goodness gracious.
Big Phil. Bernard.
Then the following contest is a singles match scheduled for and is brought to you by the We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Huge thank you to all of our sponsors here tonight for helping make Blitzkrieg Pro possible. We continue on, Alyssa Marino alongside Hot Scoop Skyler once again. And I don't care what list you are on, Alley Catch is coming to town. She knows if you're sleeping, she knows if you're awake, but does she know what it takes to be victorious here tonight?
Well, she knows if you've been nice and she knows if you've been naughty.
Crosses paths with someone she's not strangers with, but someone that we are getting to see go first time one-on-one here at Blitz. Well, Santa Claus is coming to town, but Spike has also returned to the States after 3 months in Japan, competed in the 2025 Wild Horse Rookie Tournament, and became the newest member of the Sendai girls roster during their time. Incredible accomplishments, and now going toe-to-toe. The first time that we get to see here at Blitzkrieg Pro.
Certainly, Alyssa, we are looking at a first-time matchup here at Blitzkrieg Pro. Two of the most well-traveled now femme-type competitors on the independent scene.
Definitely, and a big round of applause to our official, Gina Monty. Has keen eyes on the competition. As now we prepare, is everyone ready? Oh, it is Spike's checking Gina and Alley Catch raising Gina's hand. We're all sharing the responsibilities here tonight.
All right.
Sussing one another out are Alley Catch and Spike. Catch gonna have that veteran experience. Also no stranger to international travels, has been anywhere and everywhere across the globe and is actually preparing to make a return to Australia very soon. Now weaving around a hammer lock from Catch. Spike with return fire.
Nice quick reversal.
Spike bearing down, but gets the knee down. Trying to keep Spike prone is Alley Catch. Catch has spent a big part of her career trying to really cement her legitimacy. Wanted people to take her more seriously as a professional wrestler in the ring. Has done that tenfold. Bouncing back from a recent injury that kept her sidelined, making up for lost time is Alley Catch. Grounding Spike now. Shoulders down. As now reverses, great counter from Spike.
Spike in control.
Catch now. Incredible core strength, showing off that balance. Finding that escape. And wasting no time, right back in. Headlock takeover. Sends Spike down to the mat once more. But again, you can see learning from that past slip up. Got those shoulders right off the mat immediately.
Back to a vertical base. And Spike with the wrist lock.
Catch showing off the agility and whip Spike right back down to the mat. You got to think about all of the different learning trees that these competitors have sat under, all the different experiences that they have had with competitors from all around the world. And we get to see this matchup right here at Blitzkrieg Pro. Oh, come all ye Blitzkrieg faithful. Bypass, drop down. Catch, whip, reverse, Catch off the ropes and drops the elbow right between the shoulder blades. Spike, that spine howling in pain.
Veteran experience of Alley Catch, been in this position before. Whip, reversal.
Right to the corner, but now reposition onto that top turnbuckle by Catch. Has Spike prone. Flips the jaw, and now Spike with that diving arm drag sends Catch overhead. Great reversal once more, high kick connects, and Alley Catch left reeling.
And so far we're seeing many reversals. We're seeing a lot of back and forth. You can tell these two competitors have done their homework on each other.
Again, not strangers to their own experiences with one another, but in the time that's passed since then, they might as well be a first-time ever matchup with how they've changed over the time. Driving the shoulder now into the midsection of Alley Catch, driving the air out of the lungs is Spike. Taking a tour of the turnbuckles and set face first into that turnbuckle pad. Spike now follows through. The forearm right to the chest. But the grit digging down deep. Alley Catch nodding along. And gets that knee right up to Spike's midsection as well. Snapmare and tees off on the spine.
Good. Oh, wait.
Not good enough to keep Alley Catch down. Returns fire of her own. Face to face once again for good measure. Alley Catch right back up. Both of these combatants so well matched. It's almost like they have a point to prove to one another. As now Spike, rapid fire. Hurling these kicks right to the back. Now springing off, oh, caught! Alley Catch sensed the danger if that shin had connected. Knee lift right to the nose.
Enough to knock Spike off of her feet.
Now reaching out to the ropes, try and get some semblance of vertical base, but brought back up fully by her opponent. Whipped into the corner and bounces off. The velocity right into the cover now, hooks the leg, does catch. Not enough to keep Spike down. If there's one thing that all of their adventures and all of their experiences have taught them, it is that resilience factor.
Certainly, and being able to adapt in real time to that cover.
Certainly the versatility that you need as an in-ring competitor at their level, with the matchups, the opponents that they've been facing.
And this has been a pretty even contest, I would say, thus far, but Alley Catch really in control now, working Spike down to the mat.
Yeah, really bearing down, nodding along with the Blitzkrieg faithful, showing their support of this matchup.
Just about center of the ring. Spike's maybe making their way to their feet.
Because as Spike's trying to make their way to the feet, have to really force the body of Alley Catch up with them, and now firing off shots that send Catch careening back. To the opposing corner now, follows through and sits out with it. Sends Spike spiraling down. Full splash of the body. Spike now prone in the corner. Hip check.
And we are seeing the greatest hits of Alley Catch now. Rocking and rolling around the Christmas tree.
Cannonball, no gift wrap necessary. And now into that cover to put away Spike, not enough. Alley Catch looking skyward before reminding herself that she is that girl.
She certainly is that girl, Alyssa, and I would say before it was more even keel, but I think Alley Catch really has the upper hand now. She's really starting to get into sync, feeling herself.
Now that Dragon Sleeper has Spike in a compromised position, drags the shoulders back down. Amity has such incredibly keen eye on the contest.
Look at the way Spike's body is contorted, now reversing.
It's like every question posed by one, the other has found an answer to. But now, driving down, oh, captures the arm. Alley Catch howling in pain. Reaching out, fingers away from the mat.
But Alley Catch got to be careful, shoulders down now. Referee Jean is catching that.
And Alley Catch, wait a second, gets the shoulders of Spike down that high level there. And now driving these right into the rib cage of Spike. Rib cage, such a fragile area, could easily compromise a fracture there, but Spike swinging for the fences.
No, enough to knock Catch off her feet.
Yeah, Catch, that was like a slow motion collision.
I mean, real even matchup here, as I've said.
And just hurling with all she's got. Spike, unrelenting in the offense. Amity trying to get the two out of the corner. Snapmare takes Catch down the mat, and again, penalty kick as Spike swings through straight into that cover. Seamless offense. Catch, that spring, a vehement kick out.
A kick out of desperation, if you will.
Catch, you can see the damage that was done from that submission hold that Spike had her in, was trying to get some feeling back, and no, wait a second, a new addition to the arsenal of Spike. Could she be looking to hook the arms for some Angel's wings? Catch says no, winds her way out. And Catch wants to stuff her. No, no. Spike again.
Had it scouted, taken off, nope.
Cut off at the pass by the back elbow, but Spike follows through, throwing her entire body. Again, so beautifully matched. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now gets Spike thrown over that top rope onto the precarious apron. And a fistful of hair. Alley Catch trying to bring Spike back up to their feet.
Spike in a bad way on the apron, outside of the ring, trying to fight back against Alley Catch.
But both so well known for that never say die mentality. Spike still fighting with all of the ferocity. Spike now scaling up into that corner onto the turnbuckles, but Catch has her. Wait a second, Catch now rising.
Climbing up herself, what is she thinking?
Oh, goodness gracious. Hooks her up, and now the superplex down to the mat.
What way to roll through?
Spike sits out with it, now hooks the leg, and Alley Catch is kicking out. Goodness gracious. I don't know where the hell Spike was able to dig down and find that burst of energy.
I couldn't tell you either, Alyssa, but truly, I mean, back and forth and back and forth. They are matching each other for everything the other is throwing at them.
Both of these combatants a testament to their experiences, the opponents that they have faced, the journeys that they have traveled. Jeez. That shot sent an Alley Catch down to a knee. Spike now holding the jaw. Catch checking for some missing teeth. Whether a visit from Santa or the Tooth Fairy. As these two jockeying back and forth, a furious volley.
Spike with the boot, Alley with 1-2.
Another return fire. Oh, jeez, that crack as the boot of Catch connected with the cheek. Spike now hooks the leg of Alley Catch. Not enough to put her down. And fans here, the Blitzkrieg faithful, showing their appreciation.
Also seem to be just as divided with the back and forth. I'd say 50% behind Alley, 50% behind Spike.
But again now, Spike butterflies the arms, looking for angel swings, well scouted by Catch. Doubles over Spike with a knee. Oh wait, swiped, oh, but caught her with the back elbow to Catch. Catch off the ropes, floats over, does Spike. Oh, wait a second, looking for the Angel's wings again. Gets her! And Spike now with that moment to reposition Catch into the cover. No! What? If you are Spike, where do you go from here?
hopefully there is something new in Spike's arsenal that she's learned from her travels, from her training, something else in that toolkit that she can dig down for to put away Allie. Because I can't believe that didn't.
Blitzkrieg faithful, we could not agree with you more. A treasure trove for the holiday season as Spike and Catch collide here in the ring. Wait a second. Backslide, backslide. Allie Catch screaming the name of her opponent. Wait a second, jackknife cover from Spike. No. Spike with the win. Spike Nishimura with this incredible, talk about a surprise. Out of nowhere with the jackknife cover on Allie Catch, and the two have been going tit for tat over the course of this entire bout.
I said it earlier in the tag team contest, one misstep, one miscue, 1 second difference, that's all it makes. Spike with the win. I have goosebumps, Alyssa.
You and me both, and it's not just the icy temperatures outside here in New England. And still circling the ring, Spike and Catch.
I will say I have this unsettling feeling in my stomach, Alyssa, as we've seen a couple shows of respect go south this evening.
Catch reaching out the hand, shaken by Spike, that show of appreciation for the fight they brought one another.
Is that mistletoe?
I think that could be some mistletoe. 'Tis the season. Oh, we love a festive holiday smoocheroo.
There's plenty of holiday surprises. I am speechless. Looks like this show of respect went well. Really well.
Really well. And we are not done yet here at Angels with Filthy Souls as we welcome back Johnny Torres.
Well, I heard filthy, and I just thought you were calling my name.
The filthiest of angels. Welcome back, Johnny Torres.
Us? Never.
We're up to our waists in filth. I need a filthy main event.
For the next one, I gotta say one thing. We all know what today is, and from Blitzkrieg Pro, I want to say thank you, Tina.
Seeing a lot of STFs, a lot of adjusted attitudes tonight.
Plenty of homage to one of the greatest of all time, that's for sure.
And if I may be so bold, ruck fools.
Are you guys ready? And the following contest is brought to you tonight by the Big K Podcast, and it is the triple threat main event central form for the Blitzkrieg Bedlam Championship.
One fall, 3 men, only one can leave as Bedlam champion. Will it be your mom and mine, the GOATest of all time, and former Bedlam champion, Bobby Orlando?
And we know Bobby Orlando had a prolific reign, historic, if you will, as Bedlam champion. And I know it doesn't sit well to see someone else have that title around their waist.
Certainly not, and accompanied to the ring by Bobby Jr., Bobby Orlando, looking to reclaim that gold, but he is not the only one.
Yeah, no doubt about it, another former Bedlam champion in this bout. Bobby Orlando, one who's sent shockwaves through the foundation of Blitzkrieg Pro. Miracle Generation earlier were talking about how that bout with the Shook crew changed their entire lives. Bobby Orlando, woven into the fabric of Blitzkrieg Pro, past, present, and future. Emphasis could be on future if he walks away with the Duke.
Certainly a way to continue cementing his legacy across Blitzkrieg for Bobby Orlando. And you know, I gotta say, as special as Bobby Orlando is to Blitzkrieg, the feeling is more than mutual.
You can hear it.
One of the most beloved combatants here, one of the most beloved in the Blitzkrieg roster is Bobby Orlando. I mean, listen to the faithful.
This is one of the songs that made Platinum Max Platinum.
And I love that I'm seeing Bobby Jr. as well as a Bobby Jr. back there too. The presence being felt from our goats to the goat.
Oh yeah, presence is right. Bobby Orlando is a gift.
But next.
Speaking of gifts, big old present, your thick daddy, Andy Brown, former Bedlam champion in his own right. Blitzkrieg Pro has defined an entire era of the life of Andy Brown, and Andy Brown has defined an entire era of Blitzkrieg Pro. The feeling is so mutual. Is it the second time for your thick golden daddy potentially?
Thick Daddy bringing some Papa Noel energy with the holiday spirit here tonight. But Torres, you hit the nail on the head with just how special Blitzkrieg Pro is to Andy Brown. He has spoken ad nauseum about how Blitzkrieg Pro was one of the first places to feature him when he started making his residence in the Northeast. And I think that having that Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam Championship be taken away from him due to injury, not even because his shoulders were pinned to a mat or because he lost a match. It never sat well with him, and this is his time to right that wrong.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Alyssa. Andy Brown never lost that title. So you think Bobby Orlando hates seeing somebody else holding it? Imagine how Andy Brown feels. But nonetheless, our champion.
Especially top 5 dead or alive. And we've seen the way that his attitude has soured over the months. And he continues to gain accolades to that resume. The world over, learning the name Sammy Diaz, the current Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam champion.
And not only that, Torres has been a belt collector all across the Northeast. It certainly does hold a special place in the heart and around the waist of top 5 dead or alive, especially that gorgeous updated Bedlam championship that you can see. And one of the elves in the front row has that original Bedlam championship design.
That elf was really good for Christmas. Now the stage is set. Bedlam Championship action. Your Angels with Filthy Souls main event. Enfield, Connecticut. Are you ready? God bless, I know I am.
Introducing first, by way of intercourse, Pennsylvania. He is the greatest of all time. And your mother, Bobby And by way of Los Angeles, California, he is your thick daddy. Upside from Hartford, Connecticut. He is your reigning and defending Blitzkrieg Bedlam champion. This is top 5 dead or alive, Sammy
Something so conspicuous to me as we evaluate and survey this scene as Sammy Diaz was being announced. The usual very jovial, very upbeat Bobby Orlando and Thick Daddy Andy Brown were almost glazed over with the intensity of staring at the current champion.
I actually noticed that too, Alyssa. I actually saw Andy Brown shake his head as Phil said top 5.
Oh, wasn't having it.
No, I don't think he agrees with that sentiment at all. But whether he agrees or not, he is our Bedlam champion.
Andy Brown can do something about it. He can shave the OA off the T5D OA by the end of this bout and put that Bedlam championship reign in the ground along with it. But now, Sammy Diaz defending against your thick daddy, Andy Brown, and your mom, Bobby Orlando.
But meanwhile, Diaz and Brown were seeming to tell Bobby Orlando to see himself out of this conversation.
Andy switched off from Sammy Diaz in the waist lock. Bobby Orlando holds on, coming in hot. 2 of the best counter wrestlers in the game today.
And already the strap's coming down. Your mom has seen enough.
Yes, indeed. Sammy Diaz being forced to show some respect for his mother. And now Andy Brown on the apron coming in hot. But Bobby Orlando, tried and true Andy Brown on display, the 1-2 combo. Finds home with the European uppercut, quickly twists into the right elbow.
And just yucking Bobby Orlando clear across the ring. Thick Daddy firing on all cylinders, as ready to give the people what they want, their holiday gift. No.
Yeah, we thought we were getting the half-hat suplex into the old shirt tear, but the knife edge chop, the stank on that.
Decides better of it and really wants to. That just goes to show it's not all fun and games, but yeah, wanted to make sure that moment wouldn't be taken away from him.
Absolutely. Andy Brown, he's learning from his mistakes. How many times in the past has the old shirt tear gotten him blasted from behind by his adversary of the evening?
Sammy Diaz now over the back of Brown, dodges, springs, and into the Hurricane Rana sends Andy Brown flying with the momentum.
Quick to follow up the standing dropkick. Andy Brown out to the outside now.
Andy Brown and Bobby both in the
Clear out all of Santa's factory.
Oh, goodness gracious, and finding themselves in the drop zone. Moonsault! Goodness gracious! Sammy Diaz came in here with that championship and he is not messing around.
Jinx Coquito. Sammy Diaz. We've learned, if we didn't already know, the Bedlam Championship, Sammy Diaz has staked his life, his wrestling career on such accolades. Refuses to let it go. Every shortcut available to Sammy Diaz is taken. But now, vintage top 5, dead or alive.
Oh. Pulling out all the stops, trying to end this early and retain that championship. Bobby Orlando breaking it up.
Imagine having an elevator cable just pressed into your spleen.
Some souvenirs from this match on the body of all these combatants.
Now the power slam. Well, here we are. Watch the moonsault. Got it.
Hooks the leg.
I gotta believe Bobby Orlando, even from the ground, was looking up saying, hey, sick trick. But Diaz.
He did call for a sick trick. It was just Sammy Diaz who completed it.
Sammy Diaz has so many sick tricks. I can't even do one. Here comes Diaz.
Wait, catches. Does Andy Brown sense the danger that could have befallen him? Headbutt on the apron, noggin to noggin.
Andy Brown knows a thing or two about a rebound cutter. Now the fireman's carry. Attitude adjustment on the apron.
I don't think there was any love for John Cena behind that one, but oh my God, Bobby Orlando!
Tope, Suicida over the top, no hands.
You can't see him.
I think because of the bad blood between Andy and Sammy, Bobby is getting overlooked in this contest, and you would be stupid to overlook him.
You can't do that.
The longest reigning Bedlam champions. Wait a second.
And now Bobby Orlando coming in hot. Andy Brown able to get the boot up. Andy now. Bobby.
Now jockeying back and forth. Bobby Orlando.
The bobslide. Hold on.
Whoa, just clocks Bobby Orlando.
The bread and butter of Andy Brown. You gotta walk through fire to put down Uptown Andy Brown, but Bobby Orlando willing with the missile drop kick. Andy Brown.
Trying Trying to put the brakes on Bobby Orlando. Again, up on the shoulders.
Bobby Orlando very tricky.
Oh! Leg swept out from underneath Andy Brown by Sammy Diaz. Crack right to the jaw.
Super kick on the butt. Now the climbing enziguri. Sammy Diaz staving off the offense of Bobby Orlando, and now over the top out the back door. Snatched.
Showing that power, Bobby Orlando.
The old gun stinger. Shades of Billy Gunn into the cover.
1, 2. Bobby Orlando. He's got a lot of ways he can get it done in the Blitzkrieg ring. You want a sick trick? You want a moonsault? God forbid. But Andy Brown now back into the contest.
Oh my goodness, striking Bobby Orlando out of thin air.
The surface to air knuckle sandwich into the spine buster into the Thick Daddy senton.
Andy Brown now. Cannonball to Bobby Orlando in the corner, trying to really neutralize the third party of this matchup.
The greatest hits are playing on the jukebox here at Thompson Hall.
You know, he so is.
They're right. They're very, our faithful, the most observant. Now, Andy Brown.
Mom is in a dangerous way perched up on that top turnbuckle.
Yeah, Mom and Dad are having words and actions. Oh, no. Ah! Don't like it! Superplex!
Oh goodness, this could be a long way down, but Sammy Diaz with a strike to the back of the Thick Daddy.
Sammy Diaz. Now, watch the superplex of his own.
Picking up where Andy Brown left off, but Andy Brown now.
Hates when Mom and Dad fight. Wait, nobody home on the clothesline.
Catches, spins through.
Now that fireman's carry.
Could be
Feeling
looking. Oh, wait a second. Poison Rana! Andy Brown was looking for a sexy murder. Sammy Diaz wanted no part in it.
And here comes Bobby!
The old Bob Buster. Over the top with the neck breaker.
Bobby Orlando sensing just how close his reclaiming of the Bedlam Championship could be. Sights set on the reigning, defending champ, Sammy Diaz.
Bobby Orlando so fast off the line, that sprint speed. Sammy Diaz, the same could be said. These are two blinding speedsters. The Blue Thunder Bomb, the cover, only two.
Devastatingly close with that Blue Thunder Bob. Just not quite enough. But Bobby Orlando has to let that not deter him, has to maintain that focus.
Both of his adversaries for the moment down for the count. This could be the end of the reign of Sammy Diaz as we know it.
Diaz now trying to ground himself, to anchor himself, but oh my God, kick flush to the side of the face. Andy Brown has in position for the Tiger Driver. Slips out the back.
Channeling that Masawa. Sammy Diaz knows Masawa very well. Now, steps into the bicycle knee.
Diaz
He floats through the air.
steps with the suplex off the ropes, that extra velocity.
And Brown.
Tiger Bomb. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Catches the boot, FYF.
Intercepting, well done. The fireman's carry.
Oh.
The knee strike.
And that's a sexy murder.
Turning Bobby inside out, 2, 3, oh!
Andy Brown eyes wide as he realizes that moment that he could have reclaimed the Bedlam Championship he never lost just slipped through his fingers. Can't give up though, the Thick Daddy.
Sammy Diaz trying to pick up the pieces in the corner. Bobby Orlando still outside the ring.
Andy Brown now summoning the energy, the spirit, the holiday vibes of the Blitzkrieg faithful, if you will.
And this could be a way to send off 2025. A new Bedlam champion. Finish the reign.
Oh, Sammy Diaz dodging the finish him.
Now Sammy climbs in. Backbrain variant of the enziguri. Elevating Andy Brown. While taking a trip across the pond. Cheeky Nando's kick.
And now the power of Diaz planting the Thick Daddy.
The snapper.
Now the Psycho knee. Andy Brown on one knee. Not able to brace. The cover. Ow, 2 3/4. Deeper even.
A kick out, a muscle spasm, whatever it may be. Andy Brown's shoulders off of the mat. Bobby Orlando back in the ring.
Trying to will his way up. Sammy has his sights set.
Once again, soars into that NC curve.
Sammy Diaz is who we saw come to the aid of Ichiban in our opening contest. Trying to, oh, wait a second. Fling Bobby Orlando.
The Frankensteiner finds home, and now Frog Splash! Top 5 edition, but only good for 2.
But you saw the damage that it did, the impact, midsection to midsection. Sammy Diaz clutching at his ribs after that impact.
Sammy Diaz gets every drop that he can out of every maneuver. Maximum altitude, maximum velocity, you name it. Getting into the deeper innings now, Sammy Diaz stepping off the bottom rope.
And Andy Brown shoving Bobby Orlando out of the way.
Meeting of the minds, Diaz and Orlando. Andy Brown looking to capitalize, but Diaz out the back door. Steps off the bottom, rebounds into the cutter. Sick trick!
Orlando now full head of steam. Popped up!
Diamond cutter, that pop-up variation. Straight out of the Book of Diamond Dallas page. Incredible.
And in this main event, not a creature was stirring, not even the combatants.
Anyone's contest at this point in time.
All these diamonds being cut. That diamond at this point, it's a fine powder.
Our referee Bill Thompson laying down the count. Your main event here, Angels with Filthy Souls. We thank you for joining us here at Blitzkrieg Pro, Enfield, Connecticut. Grandest prize in Blitzkrieg Pro hanging in the balance. Folks, if you're just joining us, we are in the late innings. Bobby Orlando and Andy Brown trying to wrest away the Bedlam Championship from Top 5 Dead or Alive, Sammy Diaz.
Call and response, a whisper down the lane of the violent style.
And the way that these strikes are reverberating, and how that momentum is shifting direction.
Oof.
Climbs into the bicycle knee. Super kick out of Bobby Orlando.
Oh, flush to the face of the Thick Daddy.
But now, Sammy Diaz.
Fish stabber.
Wrong end of that. Cover, Andy Brown.
Sammy Diaz. I don't know if that was intentional, but Bobby Orlando.
The moonsault.
Sometimes a casualty in these triple threat scenarios.
Andy Brown pondering fatality. On to Sammy Diaz. Are you kidding me?
Animality, definitely. That right there required a few more button presses, you ask me.
No doubt about that. The elbow pads go flying. A sign of the times. Andy Brown is looking to finish him. Oh, that's it. New champ.
Creased him.
Could it be?
Could it be that titled Bobby Orlando breaks it up? And look at the eyes of Andy Brown, bewildered.
Andy Brown now. He has aired out the armory.
Andy Brown asking, why would you do that, Bobby? He wants it just as much as you, Andy.
Oh, Andy Brown.
Oh my God, Andy Brown coming unglued.
He knew that was his time.
Sent out to ringside by Orlando. Sammy Diaz gets the shoulders down, the roll up.
Hold.
Oh my God, to retain.
Split
second affair and our Angels of Filthy Souls main event. Andy Brown aired out the biggest round in the armory for Bobby Orlando. Interrupting the proceedings, Sammy Diaz retaining the Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam Championship.
Sky, you had said it earlier, all it takes is that 1 second as now the other challengers make their way to the back. Sammy Diaz able to capitalize and to retain the Blitzkrieg Pro Bedlam Championship here at Angelo. Oh, wait, hey,
Hold on!
Charles Mason, no.
Root of all evil! Sammy Diaz, in Charles Mason's mind, Sammy Diaz crossed the root of all evil to kick off our festivities. Coming to the aid of Ichiban, his longtime friend, but Charles Mason, he's branded Sammy Diaz an enemy for life.
Oh no, we've seen this before.
And now Andy Brown.
Bobby Orlando coming to the aid of Sammy Diaz after he was just viciously attacked. What? No!
Andy Brown!
Andy, what are you doing?
Andy Brown had been eyeing Bobby Orlando since that moment in the championship bout. Andy Brown's whole gaze on Bobby Orlando has changed. His whole gaze on Blitzkrieg Pro has changed off of that one moment.
Okay, he can have a gripe with Bobby Orlando. That part makes sense to me. But he doesn't need to do this.
Well,
he doesn't need to do all. No.
Look at the eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
Andy Brown is descending before our eyes. Charles Mason and Andy Brown, look at that. Get a glance at that gaze right there.
I don't want to, Johnny. I don't. Are you?
Two words come to mind. Dante's Inferno. We're seeing the ninth circle of hell open up right before our eyes.
And Andy Brown defiant as ever in the face of the Blitzkrieg Pro faithful, as apparently he has aligned himself with the root of all evil.
I agree. I'm sorry. I do think he sold out. How do you align yourself with someone as despicable, as disgusting as Charles Mason? We've seen what he's capable of. Andy Brown is better than that. I'm sorry.
Ship has sailed for Andy Brown. It's a new dark day here in Blitzkrieg Pro. If this alliance between Charles Mason and Andy Brown stands the test of time.
No. What the hell? No, not Bobby Jr. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, no.
Punching Bobby Jr. into the rafters. Folks, if you got any questions about where the allegiances lie, Andy Brown is the newest leaf that has grown from the root of all evil. The ninth circle has opened right before our eyes, and these angels, these souls have never been filthier, folks.
So disappointed.
An incredible day of action. But not all endings are happy here in Blitzkrieg Pro. Folks, thank you for joining us on IWTV, and keep your eyes to all things Blitzkrieg Pro on all forms of social media, because this scene is certain to develop over the coming months. Till next time, for Hot Scoop Skyline, for Melissa Marino, I'm Johnny Torres. Good fight, good